Hello.
Hi, can you hear me well?
Yes.
Okay,
Can you hear me?
perfect. Yes, your
Yes.
microphone is working this time. Yay!
Oh, it's nice.
Yeah, I think so too. How are you today?
I'm great. You?
I feel awesome. Very nice. Thank you very much for asking. And did you do something fun today?
I make some ice cream. It's a fun for me and it, and for my body.
It's fun for your body. How so?
Yes. Uh, because uh, in the night I will try how is ice cream
Oh,
taste.
what the ice cream is like, what the taste is like, right?
Yes.
Very nice. By the way, we will say I made some ice cream.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. And we have another Milica, Milica Masic. Can you hear us? Okay, Milica, we cannot hear you. At least I can't. So please turn on your microphone. And Maria, how about you?
I'm here.
Okay, good. How are you today?
I'm great. You?
I feel excellent. Thank you very much for asking. I just finished 9 classes and now I'm ready to have some fun with all of you. And Milica Masic, are you there? If you don't know how to turn on the microphone, you can go down in the app. You will click on the picture and you will see the button for microphone. If you can see that, please click it and you can turn on your microphone. It is 5 o'clock, everybody. Welcome. And before we start, I'm just going to ask Milica if she can hear us. Can you hear us? If yes, please write in the chat box. If you don't want to participate, at least it's good to know that you hear. And today's topic is going to be business emails. So who here has a chance of writing business emails on a daily basis?
Not me.
How about you, Milica?
Uh, I I sometimes write business emails, but not complicated. Some simple emails in English.
Okay. And is it difficult for you or is it easy?
Oh, so. Sometimes it's too difficult, but sometimes not.
Okay, well, that is good. Today, we're not going to learn anything complicating. We're going to learn how to express ourselves nicely and how to format it properly. When it comes to Milica Masic, Milica, if you can hear me, please respond in the chat box, as we don't hear you. Okay, you are here. Milica, do you want to turn on your microphone or would you like to keep it off? If you would like to turn it on, please click the microphone. You're trying. Okay, so your microphone can be turned on by clicking the image, clicking the picture, and then you will find the microphone button. Click the microphone button and it should start working. It is at the bottom of the page if you're using your computer, and honestly, I don't know where it is if you're using your mobile phone. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, you are trying, Milica. Thank you. As soon as you can join us, that will be amazing. I'm going to share my screen with you and you are going to see my PDF. In this PDF, we're going to see business emails. Oh, sorry. Here we are. And we are going to learn how to write them professionally. Now, here we are going to discuss whether we should use the formal or informal style of writing business emails. Everybody, what do you think?
Formal, formal style of writing.
Formal style. What does that mean?
There is the style without slang, jargon. Maybe jargon it can be used, but slang cannot be used.
That's right, yes. Milica, do you agree?
Yes, I agree.
Very good. And Milica Macic, I see that you joined, but
Yes.
please just cancel out the second account with which you are joined or turn off the sound
Okay.
on that one.
I will. I'll
Very
just
good.
try my phone, so just a
That's
second.
okay.
Okay. That's it.
Perfect. Welcome, welcome.
Can you hear me now?
Perfectly, yes. Can you hear us?
It's perfect.
Okay. By the way, this is the classroom, so to say, that would be used for group classes.
Okay.
Anyway, as we started, we are talking about formality, how formal a business email should be. And Maria and Milica here said that it should be formal. That means no jargon. Actually, jargon can be used, but no slang. What
Okay.
is slang? Who can tell me?
Let's say it's something you can talk with your friends, but not with your partners. I mean, business partners or something.
That's right. Exactly. It is a relaxed way of speaking, basically.
Yes.
The one that is not very professional, not very businessy. Okay,
Yes.
now here we have one tip. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay,
No,
perfect. No? Who
just
So
cannot?
me neither. That
Okay, I will share it again. No worries. Just a moment. Okay, I will try one more time. You should be able to see my PDF. How about now?
I do.
You do.
Me too.
Yes, I do.
Okay,
I do.
perfect. Excellent. Excellent. Very good. So, we are going to use the passive voice in business emails. Does everybody know what passive voice is?
Like maybe it's saying something, somebody else is saying that. I don't know how to explain.
That is reported
Like,
speech.
yes.
Passive voice
We
is
can.
for an example. For example, something has been made.
Yes. So instead of saying somebody has made something, which is often very direct, especially if we're saying that somebody made a mistake or that somebody ruined something, right? So it can be very direct, and in emails, it can sound very rude. So we tend to use the passive voice. It's less direct and, well, less attacking. So, do you use passive voice when you write emails?
Well, usually
That's good. In Serbian and in English, or only in English?
in English.
Even in Serbian, we can use it too. For example, instead of saying neko je slomio vazu, možemo da kažemo
Yes.
vaza je slomljena. And even
Okay.
in our language, it sounds a little bit less direct. When it comes to the next point, Milica Mašić, can you tell us what is the next point here?
It's a lack of contractions.
Yes. How do you understand this?
Well, I don't.
Okay. Does somebody understand it?
Maybe how to speak clear, or is it like that?
It is about clarity, yes, but it's also about not using the short forms. Now, I'm going to use the chat box and I'm going to write this. I am going to use this way of writing. I'm writing it exactly as I'm saying. Okay, now here I did not use a contraction, but a contraction would be this. I'm going to.
Okay.
Okay, so we don't use short forms. That's the point. Maria, could you please read the next point?
Use the use of impersonal structures.
What kinds of structures are impersonal?
Calling someone by nickname, name. If we are speaking about that one.
Those are personal ones, yes. If we call somebody by a nickname, or if we address a business partner by first name, or for example, if we directly speak with a person without showing respect, that is too personal. But instead of saying you can do something, we can say one can do something, or a person can do something. This is less personal or more impersonal. Everything clear so far?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Milica Kezovic. Let's see the next one.
Points and listing.
Okay, what does this mean? Oh, sorry.
Listing, I don't know. And points, maybe some main point of some purpose of our mail to be said.
Yes, the purpose of what we want to say. Yes. And we use points, bullet points, if you will. I don't have that right now. I'm going to use a star. But in Word document, we usually use dots, right?
Yes.
Everybody, do you think it's good if you have more points and you want to be more clear? Is it good to use these points?
In email.
Yes.
Well, I haven't seen it so often.
Okay. How about if you, for example, want to give your staff some tasks to do?
Well, I think then it's clear.
It's more clear, yes. Or, for example, if you have different pieces of information that you would like to share. This is not something that you have to do. This is something that makes you more organized. What you have to do is be professional, but points are not necessary. Milica Masic, let's see not the next one, sorry, just a second, but
Okay.
this one.
Full sentences.
How important is it?
It's very important to explain what is the exact thing that we want to say to someone, or you already said not to use like yes, not to use contractions. So
That's right.
yes.
So, of course, the use of full sentences is always going to be more formal and more professional. Of course, when it comes to full words, that is needless to say, of course, we need to use them. We already spoke about being impersonal. Now, Milica Kezovic, what does it mean to be objective?
Objective, maybe not to be subjective.
Not to be subjective.
Yeah.
That's
Not
right.
to be
And what does that mean? What does it mean not to be subjective? Or what does it mean to be objective? Everybody?
To be, how to say, to be objective for everyone. To be for everyone same.
To be the same with everyone?
Yes.
Okay, good. Everyone else, do you have any ideas?
No.
Okay, well, to be objective means not to be affected by your emotions or attitudes. Sometimes when you are writing a letter of complaint or an email in which you ask somebody to do something or an email in which you provide information, it is easy for many people to start using their emotions. This is the best thing in the world, or this means so much to me, and things like that. Our business partner, our client, our customer, our boss, whatever, they don't need to know how we feel about it, and they don't care, honestly. So we need to leave the emotions out of it. And we want to be objective, to stick to the facts, to stick to the things that are related to, to what is really going on and what needs to be done, rather than how we feel and what we think. Okay, Maria, sorry, I'm not used to using PDF like this. Let's talk about linking words. We recently talked about this. So what are they and how are they important?
Linking words, they have a lot of different meanings. You can use them for adding, additions, for, oh, I lost,
For
Screen.
additions, for
contradiction, for explaining something. And it's important not to repeat the same one over and over again.
That's right. So everybody, can you give me the linking words that you can remember? Everything that comes to your mind.
And, or, without, between, in addition,
Mhm.
in spite of.
Very good. Maria is one of my star students, by the way. Okay, Milica? 2 Milicas? Any more ideas?
Not from me.
Not from me. Maria says all.
No, there are so many more. Maria, you can continue.
Otherwise, now, now I,
Now you are under pressure.
yes.
That's okay, no worries. This was good, yes. Linking words or transition words are used to show connections or relationships between parts of a sentence. This is where and, but, so, and so on come uh, come in handy. But also they can be used to smoothen the link between sentences. Can everybody understand me?
Yes.
Okay, so this means that we are going to use these transition words to help us make the continuation between sentences more, let's say, natural. So when we talk about cause and effect relationships, we can use because of, or simply because. We can use so, as a result, therefore, thus, and so on, resulting in. When it comes to adding similarities, we can use similarly, in comparison, in addition as well, and so on. When we talk about contrast, we say but. However, this is used mostly for conjunctions, for linking parts of one sentence. We can use however, as I said, on the other hand, nevertheless, and so on. For ordering, when you order different kinds of points, you're going to use first or firstly or in the first place, and then second, secondly in the second place, third, thirdly, and so on. You can use then, next, finally when you reach the end, and so on. These are very important. Of course, you will receive a video, but also if you feel like there is something that you should be writing down, feel free to do so. Do you have any questions so far?
No.
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 Okay, I know it's not so fun when I do all the talking. Don't worry, you're going to do more. Now, when it comes to the structure of a business email, as you can see, as in every essay, there is an introduction, the body, and the conclusion. Who can tell me, what should we do in the introduction? You can use this, but you don't have to. What should we write about in the first place?
So what is mail about? Email about?
What the email is about, that's right. Okay, and why is that an important part?
Because everyone will first see the introduction. So then, and even me, if I receive an email, I will first look at the introduction, see what is about. What is it about?
This brings us to something that we see before seeing the introduction. What is that, everybody?
Subject.
The subject, that's right. Is it important to pay attention to the subject?
Yes.
This is going to be the topic of another webinar where we are going to talk about different kinds of subjects and different kinds of prefixes that you can use in your subjects. Of course, if this is relevant to you. If you don't write these kinds of emails, then you don't really care. And after the subject, so within the email, but before stating the purpose, there is something before the introduction. What is that?
Greeting.
So what can we say as a greeting?
Dear, maybe, or
Yes, and
dear Miss or Mrs. Yelena, or
this brings us to something else. Will we say dear Miss or Mrs. Yelena, or will we use my last name?
Dear
yes,
Madam.
Madame is fine, yes, if you don't know my name, of course.
we use last name.
We will use the last name if we know my name, because if we write to somebody and use the first name, then it's a little bit informal. But if we use the
Yes.
last name, it's more formal. We will come to that part a little bit later. Now, when it comes to stating the purpose of your email, we can say, I am writing in connection with something. I'm writing with reference to, I'm writing to complain about, inform you about, inquire about something, and so on. Milica Masic, how do you usually state your purpose? Can you give us an example?
I'm writing you to, I don't know. That's what I usually use.
Okay, but if you're
Or
writing me,
if
you're doing
I'm
this.
or I don't know, if I am sending something, I usually say, please find attached, I don't know, file or something. I don't know if it's right. I'm not sure if it's.
When you state the purpose, the first one was all right. The second one belongs in some other part. But when it comes to the first part, everything is all right, but you will not write me. You will write to me. But still, if you say you, it's a little bit too personal. So you can say, I am writing this email to,
Okay.
and then to inform you, to inquire, to report, to whatever it is that your purpose is.
Okay.
How about you, Milica Kezovic?
I agree. I often.
I don't accept that. So what does your introduction, your purpose, your statement look like?
It depends about what I need, but often I say I am writing to you, or maybe hello, attach the document, or
Straight to the point.
yes.
Okay. Um, Okay, well, this is all right if you write to your colleagues whom you know and who you speak to very often. However, if you write to clients, potential clients, business partners, and so on, then a little bit more formality and introduction would be great. So I am writing to blah, blah, blah. The file about this and that can be found in the attachment. Or please find enclosed this and this. But okay, just remember, it's good to jump straight to the point if we know each other. But if I don't know you and you send me that kind of an email, I might not even read it. So state the purpose, okay?
Yes.
Maria, how about you? What does your purpose statement look like usually?
Usually I'm writing the CV email.
Usually I write.
I write, yes. Usually I write email about sending my CV to some companies. So I'm starting with I am adjusting you about. Is it adjusting the other word?
Addressing.
Addressing you about the new position in your company.
Mm-hmm. All
And then
right.
I say everything else.
All right. This is an okay statement, but don't mix up the words adjusting and addressing.
No. I usually write in Serbian.
Yeah, that makes sense. Very good. Now, when it comes to the body, we of course list the things that we are going to talk about, and these are the linking words that we already mentioned previously. Does anybody have any questions about them?
No.
Okay, I suppose so. So, when it comes to the last part, when you're going to wrap up what you talked about in the email, if it's necessary, you can use to conclude, to sum up, in short, and so on. In brief. However, if you're not writing a long email, which most of you probably don't, you don't need to wrap up anything because it's all visible in the first few lines. But what you do need to do is sign off. I usually use kind regards and then I sign my full name. Milica Masic, how about you?
I use best regards.
And do you sign your full name?
Yes.
Okay,
Like the
perfect.
full name and my position, of course.
Good. Milica Kezovic?
I usually say thank you in advance and best regards, and say all my name and
You write your
position.
full name.
Yes, full name and position.
Very good. Thank you in advance, of course, when you are asking them to do something, right?
Yes, yes.
Very good. Maria?
I usually say respectfully, but I mean in Serbian. We
Yes,
use
yes,
it.
yes, of course. S
Yes.
poštovanjem.
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
And
this
full
is
name, of
good.
course.
And in English, what do you think would be better than respectfully?
With kind regards. I like that
Yes.
one.
And your full name, of course.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. You are good at this. Now, here we're not going to actually go through a lot of these. You can simply see what we have and what you can use. But this is a thing that I would like to discuss and make sure that you all know this. When are we going to use dear sir or madam and not, for example, dear Mrs. Raposh?
When we don't know the name of person who we send.
Yes, when we don't know the name of the person who we send the email to. Yes. How about dear sirs?
When we address to plural of sir to more people.
Yes, and we know exactly that they are all men,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
If we are writing to a mixed company of people and we write dear sirs, is that all right?
No.
No.
Of course
No.
not. Okay. Now, when it comes to Mr. Smith, Mrs. Smith, and so on, we already discussed why we use the last names. But who can tell me what is the difference between Mrs., Miss, and Ms?
I think it's when we don't know if someone is married or not, and Miss is for somebody who is not married, and Mrs. is for married woman.
Yes, we women are so complicated. Do we have such
Yes.
complex titles for men?
It's always Mr.
It's always Mr., so it's easy
Yeah.
for them. If you're writing to a man, you have
Yes.
nothing to worry about when it comes to these titles.
And
Okay.
how about madame?
Madame is actually, we don't say madame, but madam.
Mm-hmm.
Madam is all right if you don't know who the madam is.
Okay.
But if you're going to say Madam Pierce, for example, that's a little bit too formal, actually, a little bit pretentious in our age. It was okay in the, for example, 1800s, but today in 2020, it's considered outdated and a little bit like you're making a joke with somebody.
Okay.
The
Because
connotations.
I heard that someone is using like ma'am, which is of madame, right?
Yes, in that case, ma'am is usually used, well, now slightly informally, but when we consider someone an authority. For example, you work in a company and you have a woman as a boss or as a superior, and then you say, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
In that case, it's okay. It's like, yes, sir, yes, ma'am.
Okay, I understand now. Thank you.
You're welcome. In emails, we don't use that very often, at least not naturally. Okay, and here you can see different kinds of endings like faithfully yours faithfully, sincerely yours, best regards, kind regards, simply just regards, and so on. Any questions here?
No.
I have a choir here. Very good. Now, when it comes to providing additional information, here we have different kinds of expressions that you can use, and having these templates is actually quite useful if you're out of words and you don't know what to do. So let's finish these in your way. I will do the first one. I am pleased to inform you that you have been awarded the title of the best student in our school. Congratulations. Maria, let's do the next one.
I wish to tell you that you won the first award.
Cheater. All right, Milica Kezovic, next.
You might also find it useful to know that your product is perfect for us, or I don't know.
Sure, that sounds completely all right. Good. Milica Masic, the next one.
It might be interesting for you to know that we finished what you asked. I don't know.
We
Or
finished what you asked. Can you make it more formal, please?
to know that
Completed
I
is more formal than finished.
completed.
And instead of asked, we can say required or asked, inquired about or requested. So one more time.
Okay. So it might be interesting for you to know that we completed what
Tasks.
was required. Can I say what was required?
Sure. Yes.
Okay.
We completed what was required. All right. Good. And another round, Maria.
I wish to provide you with an answer to your question.
Good. But a more formal word than answer is, does anybody know?
Response.
Yes.
Response.
Good job. Very good. So as you can see, we have different varieties of vocabulary too. Answer, response, finish, complete, and so on. Ask or inquire. Ask somebody to do something, require somebody to do something, and so on. In the closing paragraph, we have some sentences that you can also use in your emails. For example, Milica Masic, could you please read the first one?
I hope that I have been of some assistance to you.
What does that mean in simple language?
That I was helpful.
Exactly. Very good. Milica Kezovic, the next one.
Please inform me if I can be of any further assistance.
What does this mean in simple language?
Maybe to give us some further information, some details. Some further assistance, or
What is
some
assistance?
future assistance.
What does the word assistance mean?
Dalja.
Further je dalja, but assistance is help.
some future assistance, maybe.
Yes, so please inform me if I can be of any further assistance. This means please tell me if I can help you in any other way.
Yes.
Maria, next.
I hope I have answered some of your questions.
Okay, this is actually quite simple. So Maria, you can do the next one.
Please do not hesitate to contact me if you require any further assistance.
What does this mean in simple language?
It means that there you can contact me if you need any help.
That's right. Very good. Everybody, are there any words that you don't understand here?
No.
Don't be shy or ashamed. It's completely normal not to know everything. Who can tell me what is a query?
Where is that?
Here, I'm going to mark it. Can you see?
Oh, I didn't see that one.
You don't see what I'm marking?
No, I didn't see that word.
Ah,
I haven't.
I haven't seen it. Now you
Yeah.
see it. Nobody
Request,
knows.
maybe.
Request, yes. What else can it be? Question. It can also be a question.
Yes.
Okay, and I think I have nothing more to ask you. If you really have no questions, we are moving on. But if you have any questions, ask me now.
No questions.
Moving on. Here we're going to talk about making requests or requesting information. This is one of the most common emails, most common types of email. So this is why, among others, I chose this form. What does it mean to request information, everybody?
To ask what you need to know.
That's right, yes. And here we have different kinds of expressions that we can use. Before we continue, does anybody hear any noise on my side?
No.
No.
If it becomes noisy, please let me know. The office door is open and it's getting a little noisy outside. So, as you can see here, Milica Kizovic, could you please read the first one in the opening statement?
I'm writing to inquiry about.
To inquire about.
Yes.
What does this mean?
That I'm writing about some request.
Yes, you are
About.
writing to request something. Very good.
Yes.
The second one is quite easy. I am writing in connection with something. Completely normal. Milica Masic, could you please talk about the first request that we can make?
Could you possibly send
Could you finish it?
when we could you possibly send me the instruction?
Could you please send me the instruction? Very good. Maria, the next one, please.
I would be grateful if you could send me the last report.
Perfect. Milica Kezovic, the next one.
Would it be possible for you to tell me, do you complete the annual report?
Telling me if you have completed
Please.
the report. I will
Yes.
write it in the chat, okay? Just a moment. Okay, I lost the PDF now. So would it be possible? Which one was it?
Would it be possible for you to tell me?
Would it be possible for you to tell me? And then we use if. This is going to be on one of the next pages. If you have completed, what was supposed to be completed?
Annual report or something like that.
Okay, the annual report. Here you go. And we can do the next one. Milica Masic?
Yes. The next one. Would it be possible for you to send me? Okay, we already used report.
No copying. Be creative.
Okay. For you to send me. Can we ask for someone's opinion about
Sure.
something?
Okay,
Maybe
let's
that
hear it.
would it be possible for you to send me what is in your opinion about this position?
To send me your opinion. Well, actually, they cannot send you their opinion, but they can give
Yes.
you their
What?
opinion.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So would it be possible for you to give me your opinion on something, on the situation? Should I write it or do you have it
I'm
somewhere?
writing it.
Okay, good. And Maria?
I would appreciate some information about an event next week.
An
The
event or the
The,
event?
the event.
Why do we use the and not an?
And the because it's the specific event.
That's right. Good. Okay, now if you have more things to request, of course, you're not going to use the same expression for the next request. So let's combine it a little bit. Milica Kezovic, let's ask another thing.
Could you also please send me a financial card? Your financial card.
Very good, but what did we say about how we say that word? Financial.
Financial.
Very good. Excellent. You see, I remember everything. Milica
Yes, you are
Masic, the next
great.
one.
Another matter I need information on is
You can imagine.
uh,
It doesn't have to be
I,
real.
I don't know why is this so hard for me. It's so difficult.
Because in writing, you have time. Now, I
Yes.
put you on the spot and you have to think immediately. Of course, it's
Yes.
hard, but that's why we're here to practice and to enjoy.
Another matter I need information on is when it can be done.
When it can be done. Sure,
Yes.
yes. Okay, and of course, the closing paragraph. Now, everybody, I would like you to choose one of these expressions or think of your own. You don't have to use any of these if you have a better idea, and you can complete the sentence. So basically, we are orally writing an email of request. Maria, let's hear your closing.
I look forward to receiving your
Response.
thank you.
Yeah, if you give others solutions, then you will have nothing left. I am kidding, of course. Thank you for helping each other. That is team spirit.
You were right.
Milica Kezovic,
Oh, the second.
you choose.
Uh, I look forward to receiving your email.
All right, Milica Masic.
I would appreciate it if you could inform me as soon as possible about our how to say
Deal.
not agreement dogovor.
Contract? Arrangement, agreement.
Yes, yeah,
Which one?
agreement.
Very good. How can they inform you of your agreement? This is a thing that two sides discuss. Could you help me understand that a little bit? I mean, how do they inform you of your agreement? I mean, you want to ask them where they stand on your agreement and what their opinion is when it comes to the agreement, or are they ready to make an agreement, or
If they're ready to make the agreement.
okay. So I would appreciate it if you could inform me as soon as possible on your preparedness to close the agreement or to make the agreement. Something like that, I guess. Okay, good. And now, when it comes to yes or no questions, what do you think? Should we ask a lot of yes or no questions in emails?
Not directly.
Not directly. So how do we do it indirectly?
you are wondering about their answer.
We are wondering what their answer would be. Sure. And here we have some examples exactly. Will the new equipment be available on time? This is direct and quite informal. So instead of that, I would like to know, or I was wondering, as Maria said, if the new equipment will be, or could be, or can be available on time. Do you see or feel the level of formality and how it changed?
Yes.
Yes.
So this is another thing that we should write into that table that we had at the beginning of the webinar. Indirect questions. The use of indirect questions is very important in these kinds of emails. I would like everybody here to make an indirect yes or no question. Think about it. Whoever is ready first can do it. And you will excuse me for a second. I need to drink some water. I'm still listening. I'm just turning off my camera.
Um, I'm wondering if we can start using the material you sent us, or not. I cannot use you or
You can, but it would be better if you would use it in the passive voice.
which
That
is
was,
sent. Then
yes, which was sent to us by your company, for example.
yes.
Instead of by you, for example, if you're referring to a company or a client, you could say by your company or by the staff in your company and things like that. But you expressed yourself very well. I am very happy about this. This was Milica Masic, right?
Yes.
I understand. I mean, I remember your voices, but sometimes the fact that I don't see your faces confuses a little bit. Is anybody else ready?
I would like to know if the new contract is ready to be signed.
Excellent example. Nice. Just pay attention to your intonation. Can you repeat it?
I would like to know if the new contract is ready to be signed.
If the new contract is ready to be signed.
Contract.
Very good. Milica Kezovic, are you ready?
Maybe. I would like to know if you have some new differences.
How do you mean some new differences?
Differences in your statements.
You mean
If you-
changes?
yes, changes.
Okay, that is good. Just replace differences with changes.
Yes.
This is good.
I would
Okay.
like to know if you have uh, some new changes.
And even better, I'm just going to close the door of my office, but I'm here. Even better is if there are some changes, some new
Yes.
changes. Then that way we are being less personal, right?
Yes.
Very good. Now we have the WH questions. Everybody, what are WH questions?
What, why, where,
Who,
when.
Yes,
where,
very good. So, who, what, when, where, why. And of course, we ask how as well. Although it doesn't fit into the category of WH questions, we still use it as one of the essential ones because we want to know who did something, what was done, where was it done, when was it done, and why did it happen in the first place. And sometimes we want to know the way in which it was done, so we ask how as well. These are the most important questions that you can ask when it comes to open questions. A direct question would be, how much will the new equipment cost? But an indirect question goes like this. I would like to know, or I would appreciate it if you could tell me, or I would appreciate the information on how much the new equipment will cost. And there is one more thing I would like to mention. As you can see here, In these indirect questions, the structure is the sentence structure. So we don't use the helping verb first, but we use the subject first. How much? The subject, the new equipment, then the helping verb, will, and then the main verb, cost. Questions? Do you have any questions for me?
No.
No.
Whenever you're ready, let's practice.
I would like to know where the event will take place.
Where the event will take place. Very good. And good intonation. Well done.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Who's next?
I would like to know what is your new product.
First the subject, and then the verb.
What your product is.
What your new product is. That's right. Good job. And
I would like to know when is the equipment sent.
first the subject,
When the equipment was sent.
Good job. You also fixed the tense. Wonderful, everybody. You are showing great progress even in this one lesson. Wonderful. Do you think you are now better able to write emails?
Yes.
It's
Yes.
a little bit.
I am so happy about that. We also have an example, but we only have 10 minutes, so I want to ask you what you would prefer. One option is for you to read the example and for us to discuss it. Another option is for us to write emails and read them to each other and analyze them. What is your preference?
I think we're better reading and then because I will write really slowly.
I write really slowly.
Slowly.
Very good. My writing is really slow, or I write really slowly. Everybody agrees, or does somebody disagree?
I agree.
Okay,
Agree.
so let's read it. Milica Masic, I would like you to read until here.
Okay. Dear Mr. Mitchell, or how Mitchell?
Mitchell, yes.
Okay. I am writing in reference to the current situation with the Skipton Airport project. We have a number of questions which we hope you could answer. First of all, could you please provide us with an update on where you are on the Skipton Airport project? We would also appreciate it if you could clarify what the current issues with the delivery system are and confirm when you expect them to be resolved.
Very good. Let's correct pronunciation a little bit and say current.
Current.
Very good. Everybody feel free to repeat. Current.
Current.
Good. And we will say answer without saying w. Again, answer.
Answer.
Very good. Everybody, if you feel the need, you can repeat it. Answer.
Answer.
Good.
Answer.
Good. Milica Kezovic, I would like you to read until, just a second, from here until here.
Nice. In addition, at the end of our last meeting, we requested a copy of the latest project update report. Unfortunately, we have still not received it. We would appreciate it if you could forward this to us. Could you also please confirm whether the
Post-installation
post-installation support covers the equipment 24 hours a day, and what is actually included in the support. In particular, we would like to have a confirmation if the cost of parts parts and labor are included in the package.
Very good. Maria, I would like you to read the last part.
We require this information as soon as possible. And lastly, we are considering extending the period of the post-installation support from your company from really
From
appreciate
6?
from 6 to 12 months. We would be grateful if you could provide us with a quote for this extension. I would really appreciate it if you could deal with these matters urgently. I look forward to hearing from you. Yours sincerely, Ian McAdam, Development Manager.
Very good. Okay, I am happy with all of your readings. Nice work, everybody. And I would like to ask you, are there words that you don't understand? Don't be shy. Sorry.
Post-installation support.
After installing, do we get any support?
That is
Post-installation means after.
Mhm.
And after the installation and the support, well, we know what it is, right?
Yeah.
Anything else, everybody?
Clarify.
Make something more clear.
Yes.
A quote for this extension. What is the quote?
The quote in this case means inquiring about the price, but I just want to find it. Can you tell me where it is? I see. We would be very grateful if you could provide us with a quote for this extension. Yes, if you could tell us how much more it would cost to get these extra services. A quote is a question about the price, usually. Anything else?
I don't think so from my point of view.
Okay, well, I want to ask you, do you see any mistakes when it comes to formatting or anything else?
The first name is dear Mr. Mitchell.
Mitchell is the last name.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
But Michael is the first name, so I understand the confusion. Let's talk a little bit about punctuation. Look at this. Is there any space after the period and before
Yes,
the...
it's a mistake. A space after sing.
Yes.
After point.
After point, after comma, after question mark,
Yes.
after every punctuation mark. That's right. Very good. Also, do we write such a big paragraph when we write an email, or do we structure it in different paragraphs according to the ideas and points that we have to share?
We structure them.
We structure that. That's right. Of course, I took this email from a website and it was really nicely structured, but I made a mess of it on purpose so that I can ask you what you think about it. So, of course, we are missing the structure. There needs to be the statement, the first part, the first request, the second request. How many requests do we have actually? Let's see.
First.
One,
In addition, then it's
the third one, yes. Anything else?
six.
Very good. Okay, and who can tell me what is this email about?
It is about project development or development of the project.
Both are okay.
They basically they want to know why and how much will it cost. How much will cost the extension of that.
Is there any problem that the writer of this email requests a solution for?
About delivery. of something, of systems.
Who knows? What kind of delivery?
Project update.
That's right, and they haven't received it. So they are, of course, requesting to receive it. I want to ask you, everybody, is this email formal enough?
Well, with this structure, it is not.
With the structure, it is not. But as we structure it, with all the words and sentence expressions that were used,
It's
is it
okay.
formal? It is completely all right, yes. All right, so this kind of an email is all right. You can use it as a reference, but please make the structure better. So make sure that you have only one main idea in one paragraph. This means if you have more complaints, if it's a complaint letter, or more requests, if it's a request email, then make sure that each request or each complaint or each piece of information is in a separate part. This is what is going to make your email much better organized. Sorry for my stumbling with words. This is my 10th hour of constant speaking. So my tongue is getting a little bit twisted, but I think we've made it pretty nicely. Everybody, did you learn something today?
Yes.
We did.
What did you learn?
How to properly write an formal email.
And a
Formal
formal email or
email.
a
Without
formal?
an.
That's right. Did you learn any useful expressions that you're going to use in your emails?
Yes.
Hopefully, yes. Do you have any questions, comments, or complaints for me?
Thank you for your time.
You are welcome. Next one, I forgot what it is going to be about, but it's going to happen next Saturday. I believe we're going to have a meeting, a business meeting. Just a second. Oh, yes, we're going to have a simulation of a business meeting. And, well, today 7 people were invited and confirmed their presence, but, well, there were only 4 of us. Hopefully that was all right for you. Next time, I'm not sure how many people will be here, but you are welcome to join. The maximum number of people is going to be 7 because I have 7 roles for the meeting. Everybody will have a different role and will pretend to be that person on a specific position in a company. And then we're going to try to solve a business problem, a company's problem as a team. So if you are interested in that kind of a meeting and using that kind of a language and being in that kind of an atmosphere, please sign up. Okay? Does anybody want to sign up immediately or would you like to do that later?
Later for me, please.
And what time is it gonna be?
At 5 o'clock every Saturday. So next Saturday, it's also going to be 5 o'clock. And we're going to ask at what time?
At what time? Okay.
Very good. Okay, take your times to think, of course, and it was a pleasure to talk with all of you. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you all in some other webinar or conversational class. The next one is going to be on Wednesday, where we're going to talk about different personality types. You're welcome to join there as well. See you next time. Bye.
See
See
you.
you.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're
Bye.
welcome. Bye.